Okay, so Husango. Killing Naga. Working our way towards the lighthouse for whatever reason I don't remember. I'm sure it's on the screen somewhere. Let's see. That's not it. Nope, it's not either. Where are we? We're here for a reason. It doesn't really matter. We complete it, we complete it. Another building. Leading up there, Archer. Two archers. And they see us.
Take him down.
You like that?
It's going the wrong way.
So.
Let's go. Something I can do?
Find that guy. Much better.
Sure.
He's going.
Nice and slow.
There's something else up there, wasn't there? Or was that just more explosive stuff?
Why not?
Fine pistol and letter from Lathern. This is the guy we're looking for, I think. This letter's written small, meticulous hand. Co. You know I've never been one for superstition, but I'm telling you, there's something to these dreams. Couldn't tell you what they mean, only that they wake me 3 times a night. All of us working your farms, pious Athosians to a man, are having them too. I've got no mind to tell you how to run your fort, but I've got to look after my brethren here. We left homes and families back in Rhaedceris, and now we're seeing strange things and laboring next to a Duke's ransom and black powder. Or did you reckon a dumb hick like me wouldn't notice, Lathern? So, yeah. Oh, new cat. Oh, it's a dog. Dog watches you approach, his ears forward and head cocked.
Uh-oh. We got a ferocious beast watching us. And he looks like he's got a very itchy belly.
Beckon the dog to come with you. He takes a few tentative steps towards and sniffs your hand. He lowers his head under your fingers and looks at you expectantly, scratched behind the ears. He closes his eyes and raises his head, helping you find just the right spot. After several seconds of this, he stands and shakes himself off, ready to follow. So we have a new dog. Kaz. Kaz is... and Akita. So, bonus of stealth and survival, and also some enemy hits against your party are converted to grazes. Stealth and survival. Okay.
Leave it to me.
Expanded design on the fort. Flecks of sealed wax clinging to the tip of the blade. What? Why?
Keeping quiet.
Why is it so smoky in here? Probably those torches. No. So I guess if we could have snuck in through there and pushed him over the edge, right? Lunch is over and you're heading to the to laugh. See it, soul. Thanks for watching. Have a good afternoon and evening. What's this over here? You remember the feet that made these stomping? You remember the feet that made these stomp? Okay, so this is his footprint. Oh, I see it now. Zoom out a little bit. It's a little bit more obvious, but it's a footprint. So he's pretty big. How the hell are we going to stop that? That's our first real indication of how big he is. Aethys and this little statue walking around. I'm sure it'll end up well. It'll go in our favor, I'm sure. Oh, there's Adra in here. Just chop through his ankles. That'll defeat him. Yeah, did you see how big that foot was? His little toe is bigger than us. The lighthouse is quiet, but for soft, sibilant whispers, there's a repetitive incantation quality to them. Yet, as you cross the threshold, an old Naga with skin like cracked leather breaks off. He swivels to face you, bearing one broken fang.
The sea-striped fiends send you to uproot the tree of the gods, yes? Their blasphemy knows no bounds. Go! Carry a warning of what you have seen to the other shufflers.
His tongue whips from his mouth like a ripped streamer. I need to approach the Adra. What warning do you expect me to deliver?
That shufflers must not disturb these roots, or the gods will destroy the islands again.
Yeah, the Naga hiss in agreement. I need to approach the Adra. You're saying the gods have brought a ruin on Deadfire before. He bears a broken fang in surprise.
Do your stories say nothing of the many disasters? Of the shuffler nests washed away like foam? Many generations ago, the sand-striped ones built great hives across the islands, and bastions around the Adra roots.
You're describing the Huana.
Their ancestors, yes. Their meddling displeased the gods. So the gods smashed their works with heaving volcanoes and crashing waves.
His beads and bangles rattle as he brings his hands together in a loud clap. So you'd think history is repeating itself.
You shufflers are beasts of habit. You do not learn. You do not change. You cast off your sheddings by night, only to put them back on at daybreak. You wrap yourself in filthy, worn-out things.
A tremor of disgust ripples through his body.
Our ancestors hid deep, where the waters quenched the fires and muffled the storms. They remembered while shufflers scattered. Now, the shufflers build again.
He thumps his tail on the floorboards.
The gods see. They will tear them all down.
Wrath sent me. I'm here doing the will of the gods. Aethys came to reach the Adra, not to punish anyone. I'm a watcher. I can restore the Adra if you'll just let me near it. His tail whips on the ground as he considers you.
If your fat tongue speaks true, then give us proof.
What would you consider proof? Wrath, this would be a great time for you to use one of your demonstrations. Get the point over to what you want. Adra is not the root that withers, but a channel of essence. This one is merely blocked. I can show you. She regards you with a wary eye.
If this is not some fat-tongued lie, then show us. Approach. Restore the blessing of the gods to the Adra.
Hey, we leveled up. At least some of us did. I'm sure this will go well. What could possibly go wrong?
As your hand touches the dim Audra, you feel the same cool, pricking sensation that you did when you touched the pillar near Port Mage. You concentrate on the pillar. The world around you swiftly falls away, leaving only the vast emptiness of the in-between. The Audra and a multitude of golden threads undulating off into the distance. For a second time, you gather the threads in your mind and bind them together, forming a solid tether that ripples out toward its distant anchor. Again, a crack sounds from the terminus. Your consciousness is violently pulled along the cord. You are prepared for the sensation this time, but are still disoriented when you come to a sudden stop. You find yourself standing behind a familiar Titanic statue as it trudges through invisible waters. Standing at Aethys's shoulder, your soul is dwarfed by the massive god's form. Energy pulses along the tether, each wave feeding the Audra's movements. He stops. His head cranes behind him, again accompanied by the sound of stone shearing and buckling. His eyes rest upon you. He does not reach for the cord, but considers you for a long span of silence before speaking.
Too soon, Skybird. Too soon.
Your first attempt to contact me was brave. This second attempt, is it born out of desperation or something else? Why do you continue to follow me, Watcher of Cad Nua?
Bareth insists. You destroyed my castle and ate my soul, jackass. I want to know what you're doing. I want to prevent you from causing any more harm. That'll be 4.
Though there is no change in his stone visage, there is a long pause before he speaks.
That's a great challenge you've taken on. Why?
Last time you appeared, it heralded the death of thousands. Well, the gods certainly don't seem interested in watching out for mortals. I've decided that it's my responsibility as a watcher.
Aethys's great stone eyes consider you at length.
Throughout history, societies have called watchers frauds and madmen, prophets and oracles. I have never known one to take on the burden of arbitration between mortals and gods.
Aethys becomes silent. You can sense his presence advancing back along the cord between you. His energy flows over your hand, tendrils of light probing into the air around you. They poke and prod at the silent lost souls hovering in your vicinity.
You are in a unique position. In spite of the work of the Leaden Key and Hand Occult, you have seen through our facade. You know the gods' true nature. Without the benefit of your knowledge, few mortals would be willing to accept the true history of their gods. After all, we weren't. The last time I walked Aora, I made a mistake in not revealing my true purpose. I believe you would understand it better than most.
Nod. Well, what are you waiting for? The gods want answers. I'm honored.
Yes, I will tell you. But this is not the time.
Listen, jerk.
As I take this body farther from the lighthouse, the tether grows weaker, and I have already tarried too long. Soon this link will unravel completely. If I have not reached my destination when that happens, I will need to pull more souls from your world.
Wait, is that what happened at Hisaga? Whatever. Well, it's not that happened. Where are you going? Meet you there. Wait, is that what happened at Hisago?
It is. When you contacted me from Port Mage, I had to sever my tether to the luminous Audra. Without it, I lacked the strength to reach Hisango. I pulled souls from the creatures of the ocean and from the people at Hisango, until I could reach the lighthouse. The soldiers in Naga there were no threat to me. I did not kill them out of malice, but simply to keep this body moving.
It's quite a vulnerability. Did I cause you to kill all those people?
That question, Watcher, requires a more philosophical examination than we have time for.
Mm-hmm.
The edges of Aethys's massive form blur and dissolve. The huge figure retreats from you. As it moves, the tether begins to rapidly unravel. As Aethys speaks, his voice sounds garbled, fragmented, and distant.
If you would know more, find me at the Ashen Maw in Margren's Teeth. I must rest there before I begin my final work. When I leave that place, you will not be able to follow.
Wonderful.
Before I go, I should return some of this to you. I still have need of the great power of your soul, but I can spare you this portion.
A pulse of energy moves back along the golden cord toward you. It feels familiar, comforting, even before it contacts you. The energy washes over you, flooding you with feelings and memories you had thought long forgotten, until they settle back into the cracks of your soul. And then the tether and cord snap. Aethys's figure evaporating into dust that mingles with the endless gray expanse. Heat rushes over you, and the uncomfortable sensation of the Audra Pillar's presence cuts off. The gloom of the in-between is pierced by the light of the living world. You are back in the lighthouse, no longer dim. The luminous Audra beside you is filled with warmth and light.
Well, so, douchebag still hasn't told us why he's doing this. Naga stare at the glowing Adra, their diamond pupils wide. Sugan turns his gaze to you, his body in a cautious half coil.
Long have we kept peace with the sand-striped people. But then, the foreign ones came and spread, killed our people, built their hives everywhere. We were sure the Godwalker came to cast them out, that driving them away was a holy mission.
Curiosity and consternation simmer in his eyes. Now, slaughter is never a holy mission. That's because they killed your people and took your land. They see everything differently. The gods have bigger concerns than our feuds. We must learn to live together. No point in speculating about the will of the gods. Concerns than our feuds. We must learn to live together.
But on whose terms?
His tail flicks in irritation.
We must go. I know not what this means, but our brethren should hear of it. You show us something new today, Shuffler. Thank you for this. And for your mercy.
Presses something into your palm before departing. So, made friends with the Naga, I guess. Maybe yipping. Strand of Favor. +1 to intellect. Word of Favor. -10% hostile effect duration. Boon of Favor. +10% beneficial effect duration. So that's the new... Where'd that be? So currently have the Constitution, Intellect, Cruelty and Curious, Grant Cure, Cruelty and Curios. Is that the same thing? Sort of, kinda? This is countless acts of mischief in the last line radiate to cruel temptations in an aura that boost outgoing damage and... Oh, that's right, that boosts damage for everybody in our area. You wearing? Worship, religion, and stealth. Sorry, religion and stealth. What do I do? I'll give you that one. No, she doesn't really do buffs. That's more of a cleric thing, or the priest thing. So I'll give you that one. Perception. Ability activates death. That's on that one. Well, looks like nobody's wearing that one for the time being. You don't have to worry about a Snake Man terror mission at night. Hey, don't bring back my nightmares, please.
Think it suits me?
Okay, everybody leveled up. Okay. Gimpy, welcome to level, I don't know. Arcana. Metaphysics. We don't need these high-level scores, do we? Level 5. One whole point. Oh, so it is. The little purple things, those are the ones that are actually in our spell book. Sorry, grimoire. There's another cat to collect on top. Like, I need another cat. Chrysalids were a real eel pain, even in the daytime. Oh, I know. I remember. Magic's my pick. So that with the sight result in a preternatural awareness, the wizard temporarily receives a rare inspiration from the effect, which lasts for a whole whopping 10 seconds. Sword vitality granting the fit and smart stuff. 45 seconds, so intellect and constitution. Which intellect and what's that? It's a 5. Magic missiles. Dimensional shift, capturing one ally, allowing sharply between them, stuns enemies. Minor arcane reflection. Creates a field of arcane energy around the caster, causing hostile targeted spells to be reflected back at the casters. Total of 15 spell levels. Probably should pick that up. Hater, Mr. Athletics, and Mr. Survival. This character's deflection defense. And can, like, small chance to completely avoid any attack and convert some of the hits to critical hits. More health. Yeah, he's helping. Yeah. Mule kick. This is knockdown. Mule kick it. Powerful kick that connects them to the air and then prone, leaving them disoriented. Their own indomitable spirit, causing them to generate a portion of their health lost from each attack. So, 20% of damage taken converted into healing for 15 seconds. Should probably do that one. For those kind of oh shit elements. Soul. Mechanics. Streetwise. Deep wounds. Expertise in the art of pain leads all slash, pierce, and crush damage caused by the rogue's weapons to cause. Also do raw damage over time. So it's 20% of the damage done. Over time. How long is time? Doesn't say it ends, so I don't know what that actually is supposed to, how long it lasts. But we'll take it. Because you don't have to turn it on, right? Turn it on. Just show it. So, alchemy. More spells. Ooh, we can get this one. Search Searing Seal. Strength allies in battle granted them the aware inspiration. I thought that was a level 1 spell. Yeah, it's okay. When does this last? 10 seconds. Alright, effectiveness is only healing. We should do this. Although these spells would be good too, but this is... She needs actually another healing spell. She only has the one. Well, actually, this is a healing spell too, but as far as nice little quick heals, it's that one. A little area effect around her. But they're kind of holding out on the heals, aren't they? That's what that's for. Explodes in a burst of electrical energy when the enemy comes in contact, inflicting shock damage and interrupting. Area effects. Not very big though. Area effect. 1 point meter radius hazard. Plus another. Still not very big. It'll last a long time. Yeah, I'll do the heal. Seems that they're not really giving her an upgraded heal. Okay, last but not least. Miss Cypher, the Animancer. Rapid casting. Now the brutal backlash. Cypher's backlash becomes especially traumatic, inflicting additional raw damage to the target. Longer range on stuff might be helpful. Yeah, do long range. How are we? 8? Oh, level 10. Coming up with the roll.
Yes.
Don't kill their totem. Stairs. Oh, that's right. Somebody, Bob says there's a cat at the top because, you know, need more cats. So we can mush them up all together and see what kind of creature we can create. It's not a cat. There's a cat.
Sure.
A lonely cat. Or the gun. Plus 5% damage from area effect attacks. Area effects do more damage, and your healing potions and abilities are more effective. Potions and abilities. What does that mean? Healing potions and abilities are more effective. What does that actually mean, abilities? Does it mean other potions, or is that their actual abilities? Like, you know, poking them in the eye with stuff and making them bleed. Is that what they consider an ability? Hey, the lighthouse is working again. Bye, Naga. Have a nice life.
Don't let the door hit your scaly behinds on the way out.
Hands. So nice. Guess we should go tell the people in the lighthouse that it's okay to come out.
Had another one of your talks there, didn't you? You gonna share details, or do we gotta guess?
You don't look like you're gonna be sick this time, so I take it that's a good sign?
Yet this heading to a place called Magran's Teeth. I'm doing fine, really. Shrug, I'll live. It's strange, feeling part of my soul in the body of a god. More than ever, I'm determined to find Aethys. Yet this is not what I expected. This is heading to a place called Magran's Teeth.
So what you're saying is we're headed to Mogren's Teeth, right?
Magran, sorry. She scratches the underside of her jaw, contemplating.
What about you, though? I'm getting flashes of those episodes you used to have in Deerwood. You know, when you were going crazy.
Hey, thanks. I'm doing fine, really. He looks unconvinced.
It feels like we're getting closer. I just don't know to what.
Screwed up our little path, you know. We're all going to run over there nice and efficiently. You know, interrupted the chain of thought. You there yet?
Scale-bellied cowards! I knew they'd run!
You get it, big mouth.
Look at our beacon. Even the Colossus couldn't destroy it. And those snakes aren't so tough now, are they?
She looks up at the lighthouse, giddy with relief. Given all that's happened here, you sound extremely confident. Think you mean good job. You underestimated the dangers here before. It would be unwise to do so again. Never get, but never to back down. Extremely confident.
The lighthouse shines again. We survived. It's proof that our people can conquer anything. That our works can survive even here.
She finally turns to you with a broad, triumphant smile.
The Hansanui will want to thank you personally for your help here. And she should also know what we're up against.
She eyes the dawn stars and the cave, crater's footprint. Yes, the footprint. Actually, I'm headed to Magran's Teeth. Where can I find the Hansanui?
She's usually at the Brass Citadel in Nekataka. Though she gets called to the palace often, haggling with the Queen and the Valians.
Actually, headed to Magran's Teeth.
Looking for a real challenge after what you did to those scale bellies?
She laughs, a brittle edge creeping back into her voice.
The only thing I know about the place is it's supposedly made of fire. And no one's ever come back from it.
Swallows, fear making hollows of her eyes. It means a volcano?
But anything can be overcome.
She smiles grimly. Farewell.
Clear skies.
Crosses the forearms over her chest. Stuff. Okay. Who's this guy?
Light of Aethys be upon you, neighbor. Are you looking for survivors?
Unlike the other survivors you've seen, this young man, despite a haggard look and a set of dirt-smeared tattered clothes, wears a calm face and speaks with a steady voice. Yes, actually, my friend is looking for someone you were told might live around here.
A short lady, about my age, came from Deerwood with her son. Let's see. Freckles, braids, usually. Punches you in the arm if she likes you, face if not. Oh, and that's if you're lucky.
No, that doesn't sound like anyone.
The man's face remains smooth, betraying neither surprise nor interest. We're in the right place. You must know her. She has a son about your age.
You gotta be her son. Got her nose and her freckles. You don't have to lie to me, kid. I'm a friend of your mother's. She hiding from someone? Maybe an ex-lover who gave her the best night of her life?
You're protecting her, we understand. We're going to find her whether or not you help us. Take my advice. You see someone like me, you tell them whatever they want to know. Got it? Go on.
No, I misspoke.
Forget it. Just tell me something. Your father, you know him?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Like Eater said, we're friends of your mother's. Lax, Eater's a good man. He likes animals.
Lions, bats, and Orlans, to name a few.
Baron nods without a hint of humor or personality.
Yes, I knew my father when I was very young. He was a man of strong faith.
Have to be. You get a lava mad, you need a god on your side for protection.
He was lost to us during the purges, which was how we came to flee here.
So you met him?
He nods slowly.
Well, that's great. You had a dad.
The moment passes with Ader staring at Byrne with a strange, undulating grimace drawn back across his face. He clears his throat.
Where's your mother now? Got a lot of catching up to do.
My mother is with Aethys.
Uh-oh. There's a trace of a smile that seems to come with the last word. Ader appears confused. Meaning what exactly? She's a church? You hadn't heard, but Aethys is this giant. Yeah, he stepped on her. I'm pretty sure he stepped on her. Meaning what exactly?
She passed the veil a few years ago.
No.
A flu.
So she didn't get stepped on. Ader's jaw slackens.
It's possible her soul has taken a new body by now. But if she was truly blessed, she marches instead beside the shining god.
Boy's hinted smile brightens his eyes far away. Ader's face has gone scarlet beneath his farmer's tan. His nostrils pulsate with each heavy breath.
You lied to us. Said you didn't know her. Expect me to believe this now?
He takes a short step toward Baron, who takes 2 steps backwards. Easy, he lost his mother. It does look like you might be alone here. At least, how can he say it so coldly? I don't think anybody could go looking too hard for this kid if he went missing. Ader, God. Easy, he lost his mother.
Funny, you wouldn't know it to look at him.
Ader stares the boy down, then turns away with a grunt and a not worth it gesture.
I'm not lying. She's buried on the other side of that hill.
He points northward.
How could she be gone?
Don't be troubled by her passing. All souls that march with Aethys receive his warmth and light.
Ader scowls. What do you mean, march with Aethys? You seem confident in a god who's causing a lot of destruction. Number 1.
Aethys has come to us twice now. Even Oblivion couldn't slow his march. We shouldn't have opposed his first coming. He meant to rally us under his banner.
Well, I know a lot of dead Deerwoodans who will be relieved to hear that.
He destroyed then as he does now. Deerwood acted hastily, I agree. We were victims of a quarrel. Of gods.
And seeing what we've seen, it's hard to believe they got our best interests at heart.
Aethys forced everyone to declare themselves as ally or enemy, nothing more. Now he marches again, and we have a chance to correct our mistake.
Well, that's charitable.
I would like to have joined him when he passed this way, but I was weak. It won't happen again. You can't build on broken foundations. Real change needs destruction. I trust my God knows better than I do. He knows truths I'll never learn.
And got that right.
I was once lost. I struggled as you do now. But the partisans of the lighted path have restored my faith in Aethys.
At this, Ader looks up at Baron.
What greater honor than to march in his vanguard?
We're the partisans of the lighted path.
We began as children of the Dawnstars, separated from each other as we questioned our purpose. But then Aethys granted a vision to Gadarian Bosch. Bosch saw an illuminated path lighten the way through a black abyss.
Words fall from his mouth, bulky and awkward, as though someone else had stuffed them there.
And he saw Aethys marching on the path, and Aethys bade him to march alongside.
Not quite how I've been seeing it, but everyone's open to their own interpretations.
A faint trace of a smile forms on Ader's lips.
And the Shining God told Gadarian Bosch to gather an army of the God's truest followers, and to prepare to lead it into battle.
You'd think after getting blown up, he'd slow down on the battling.
Who does Aethys intend to battle? How will you join Aethys when he marches beneath the sea? That was my question. I was wondering that too. Has this Bosch shown any proof of his visions? Why'd you lie to us about not knowing Al-Afa? Did you get what you needed here? Who does Aethys intend to battle?
We don't know. The end of the path hasn't been revealed to Gadarian Bosch yet. But to the faithful, it shouldn't matter.
You join Aethys when he marches beneath the sea. Or how will you?
There'll be a great journey, but we're prepared.
Uh-huh.
Gadarian Bosch knows the way.
Has this Bosch shown proof of his vision?
Aethys himself has appeared in Deadfire in the form Gadarian Bosch foretold. That's more proof than any of his faithful could ever ask. What fortune to be given this opportunity, to know our God in the living world.
Why did you lie to us about knowing Al-Afa?
Gadarian Bosch warned us. Those outside the partisans may ridicule us and test our faith, especially our old families and others close to them. We've learned it's best to keep to ourselves and those with open minds, which relations and friends mostly aren't.
Or did you get what you needed here? He takes a deep breath and looks around, then at Baron, and he nods tight-lipped.
We can go.
We'll be going.
Hey, kid. What was your name again?
Baron.
Right. This lighted path fella, Bosch. Sounds interesting. There's some way I can meet him?
He's usually on the move, rallying followers. But the partisans of the lighted path often gather in the Temple of Aethys in Nekataka.
Of course they do.
I am soon to go there myself, in fact. There's an adherent there, Ogna, who initiates new partisans. No doubt she'd be pleased to help you. Aethys needs able soldiers, even in their elder years. You should consider what Ogna has to say. It might speak to you. Farewell.
Okay. Off we go. What are all these guys doing here? It's about to find out. Hey, Flug, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Masongo is a mound of wreckage on the horizon when you see a dozen junks sailing towards you. Even at this distance, you can tell they are making good speed. One of the ships pulls up alongside yours, and a well-dressed, fish-faced man approaches the edge of the deck. You recognize Atsura, the Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company. What do you guys want? It's good to see you again. I see you continue to leave your mark. He's gazing toward Hosanga with a peculiar smile. The Adra beacon, well, The Adra beacon, visible even here, shines brightly. That surprises me that you are still a stranger to many in Nekataka. I suspect that will soon change. What is this about? Pleasure to see you again. Your manners do you much credit. I want to extend the thanks of the Royal Deadfire Company for what you've done here. Raises one hand toward the Adra beacon. You restored a valuable asset, whether or not that was your intention. He gives you a quick, sly smile. The others at the palace will want to hear of this, no doubt, and you may as well take credit while the deed is fresh. You need to reach the Ashen Maw and Magrin's teeth. There's no time. Aothas went to Ashen Maw and Danner's teeth. I must follow. Say nothing. At any rate, I have much to attend to, and it seems you do as well. Clear skies, Captain Gipty. Sir nods as the screw makes ready to sail once more. So I've all gone. So while we're out here, let's see, we have to go up here still. We have a delivery to make. So, northeast.
You blink and find yourself standing in the knee-high grass of an endless field, with the day just falling into dusk.
Hey, Jeff, welcome back. Happy Tuesday.
Then, the earth falls away. The wind ceases, and you are sent tumbling up into the dark of the sky.
Watcher.
The voice of the Pallid Knight shakes the earth at your feet.
First, you made the Pillars of Eternity. Awesome.
You have returned to Bareth's realm. Your soul once more called to attend the wishes of the God of Death.
Wow. You know, I'm starting to look forward to these chats. Maybe try a door next time? Say nothing. Wow.
Once again, you have spoken with the Child of Light. Tell me what you have learned.
He makes for Magrin's teeth. He's still smashing his way across the Deadfire, destroying everything in sight. I have nothing new to report. He makes for Magrin's teeth.
Intriguing.
The Pallid Knight stares past you, pensive.
While attend, tell me what your many eyes perceive.
Her words ring out, and a heavy silence descends. In the silence breaks the murmur of countless voices. They speak all at once in languages both known and unknown to you. In the space beside Bareth, an eye blinks open, followed fast by several more. They are round, keen eyes of Kith, the slit eyes of snakes, the small, dark marbles of birds, the bulbous lanterns of deep-sea fish.
Here we are.
A figure walks through the cloud of eyes as one might step through a door. It is an Orlan, then a pale elf, an ocean human, a Naga, each of them eyeless. They are Wal.
This is the first interesting thing to happen in ages, and we do so love a riddle.
The figure wears an Amawa's grin, and the many voices beneath its own titter.
It's so interesting when hundreds of Kith die so Aothas can take a stroll.
We have read the book of your life, Watcher. It is heavy with the weight of your choices, and its pages are not unmarred by the blood of others. You reap, but on a smaller scale.
So nice.
We see between the strings of the world, and Aothas is there, strumming them like a lute. His tongue is still, yet he sings of a coming joy. What tune he plays, we do not know. It is complex, ever-shifting. One moment vibrating in harmony, the next in discord.
A man strides through the door to Bareth's realm. Behind him lope wolves with lolling tongues, and jungle cats whose long tails twitch with every step. Galawain, the changeling, arrives, and he brings with him the wild heart of Aora's untamed places. Fast on Galawain's heels, a small wave of seawater washes across the tiles. It pours off the edge of the platform and cascades down into the beyond. From out of the water rears a glowing lure, then the head of a gigantic fish. The round black eyes of Andra roll to meet yours.
Eothas is nothing if not resourceful. I admire his nerve.
In the changeling's voice, you hear the soft patter of rain on leaves and the rush of wind through treetops.
She worried and repressed by his single-mindedness.
Hunger will drive the most pathetic of beasts to desperate acts of bravery. If his journey leads him back to us, he has proved himself worthy of return to the fold.
Eothas does not return to
Hello,
us.
Gimpy. It is time to take a break. Go get some more water while you are up.
Andra's voice
This
rises
break
like
supports
a
the
tide,
purchase of
panic
Rocket's
riding its
treats.
crest.
If you would like to help Rocket feel like a puppy again, please visit gimpyknee.com/support or type !treats in chat, or you can watch the ads during the break. Thank you. Your next break is in 1 hour.
Okay, after we're done here.
The doors lining the walls of Bareth's realm slam open in unison. Warped pieces of ancient armor and the remnants of discarded weapons roar through the doorways. They meet in the center of the room, in a shower of sparks, and form the vague figure of a man. Finally, a blacksmith's sledge hurtles past your shoulder, and the figure snatches it from the air. A man made half of metal and half of ruined skin stands before you. The rounded metal of a well-worn shield makes up most of his skull, his right eye socket, and jaw. His mouth is pulled forever into a half-grimace.
If Eothas has something foolish planned, perhaps we can turn him from that path and set him down a more productive one.
Abaddon's words crash and screech together, like long still gears forced to movement for the first time in centuries.
Abaddon speaks with a child's naivety.
The guys don't seem so concerned.
He violates not their realms, but mine. I feel his urgency in every stamp of his feet along my spine. I will send tsunamis to slow him, if Mogren would stir the earth beneath Mogren's teeth.
The water at your feet recedes. Lava oozes up through the shallow water, and a woman made from the guts of the earth emerges. She settles her characteristic broadsword on her shoulder and sighs a cloud of smoke and ash. Mogren returns.
In the age when our steps carved valleys across the face of Aora, our bodies were impervious to all but the strongest attacks. I doubt fire and water will be enough to stop him. But I will bear down upon Eothas with all the heat and fury of the earth. If I must.
You should seize this opportunity to slow him while he can. There might not be another chance. We're trying at least. Thousands of Kith will die. There must be another way to stop him.
The death of thousands now could prevent the death of millions later.
Difficult calculus, but a logical one too. But you don't know if you'll save millions. You might kill thousands for nothing.
Dark, inky tears fall from Andra's eyes.
Sacrifices of the few protect the futures of the many. You cannot let your petty mortal feelings blind you to the urgency of the dilemma Eothas has thrust upon us.
Right. My petty mortal feelings are the only reason your wrists don't chafe in Mordecai's shackles. Funny how it's always Kith who must make the sacrifices, never you.
You will mind upon whose ground you tread.
The Pallid Knight watches you with keen, predatory eyes.
Hey, well, you shouldn't have invited me here if you don't want the truth.
The deep, bellowing cry of an aurochs shakes the ground beneath your feet. The cry drones on and on, a moan without end. Wal's many eyes squeeze shut. Andra slips back beneath her waves. Mogren dissipates in a swirling cloud of steam. Galawain's beasts cower and whine. Only the pallid night stands impassive.
My end comes to all things in time. Should Aethus care to hasten the inevitable, I welcome his efforts.
Death and I are well acquainted. I welcome his return. If he hopes to bring about the end of the world, he'll die too. What could Aethus possibly gain by destroying Aora? I don't understand. What could he possibly gain by destroying Aora?
Aethus seeks a slate wiped clean. Freedom from the endless revolutions of Barath's wheel. The final emancipation of the countless stolen mortal lives the gods hoard within themselves.
How would that work?
The Child of Light will not choose the hour of my death.
Mogren tests the edge of her broadsword with a smoldering finger.
He sows chaos in his longing for a radiant dawn. So much will be lost in the cacophony of fear his actions inspire.
The crack of thunder rends the air. The gods fall silent.
We can wait no longer to act. Speak with him, Watcher. Discover what it is he plans.
It's not like I have a choice. Do my best.
Water begins to creep across the floor. It swells, runs swiftly, and catches at your ankles. You scrabble at the tiles, but it's no use. The current's pull drags you off the edge of Bareth's realm, and into the fathomless beyond. You splash down in water so dark you can't see the bottom. Then, the water recedes, gone like a dream upon waking. The hard wood of your cabin's floor presses against your spine. The gods are gone, but you remain.
So, Aethus hasn't said what he's going to do. They're assuming what he's going to do. How do you get back on the ship? I'll be back on the ship. Fragments of Whispers of the Endwood. What's this stuff for? Blade. Fragments of Blade of the Endless Path. What's all this stuff for? Blah, blah, for his health. Some resident don't know if you remember me, but the day you came to my door is not one I will forget. For months afterwards, the rest of my faith and my fear. Blah, blah, blah. I told him never you speak so. After watching to restore his spirit, hopes. Until then. Okay.
On it.
Nope. You take them to the armor and the Tonka and have them remade. Ah, okay. Hey, it's our crew. Okay, let me take a break. I need to get up, stretch my legs, get some water, go see what Rocket and Mrs. Gimp are up to. And Rocket's still sleeping in the bathroom. He likes sleeping in there for some reason. I think it's because it's cool. Look at it. Why is everybody down here? Shouldn't they be up on the deck, working? There we go. Okay, I'm going to take a break. Be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching. Be back shortly. Enjoy the dog video.